Have you ever considered that a timeless text might be more than just words? That it could be a literal blueprint for the universe? We're about to investigate a pretty incredible claim that hidden inside this book is a complex information system, a mathematical code that actually defines reality as we know it. So let's start with that big question right there. What if reality isn't just a series of random events? What if it's all built on a precise mathematical and physical architecture? I mean, what would a universe that's running on code even look like? The central idea we're exploring is that this book is a sealed blueprint. We're told to look beyond this surface-level language and see it as a structured mathematical design, where every single piece is placed with absolute numerical precision. Okay, so this whole system is built on these foundational patterns. One of the most fundamental is this 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 cycle. Just think of it as the complete journey of anything. It starts from a single origin, it moves through a test, and it ultimately resolves in a return back to where it began. Simple, but incredibly powerful. And here's where it gets really mind-bending. This cycle isn't just a nice metaphor. It's apparently embedded in pure mathematics. Take the number 111, representing unity. Well, if you multiply it by itself, what do you get? 123, 21. The pattern isn't arbitrary. It's written into the very logic of numbers. All right, let's get into the core of it, what you could call the operating system for this whole framework. It's described as a cosmic algorithm, the 237 protocol, and it's said to govern everything from the orbits of planets to the moral tests that we face. First up, the number 2. This represents the principle of duality. In this system, everything is created in pairs. You've got light and darkness, fire and water, heaven and earth. This binary tension is the fundamental starting point of all creation. Next, we have 3, which stands for the trial. You can think of this as a cosmic filtering process. Everything that exists in a pair has to go through this 3-stage test. It's a dynamic process, an oscillation that works to separate what's true from what's false. And finally, 7 signifies completion. Once something has passed through the trial, reality resolves into its final, complete state. This takes the form of a 7-layered structure, described as the 7 heavens for whatever is purified and 7 gates for what isn't. So the crucial takeaway here is the flow. It's a clear process. You begin with duality, where everything exists in pairs. Then, every pair passes through a trial that filters it, and the result is a final 7-layered completion. That's the fundamental process of the cosmos, according to this framework. Okay, but with a system this grand, you have to ask, how is it all authenticated? What keeps it from being corrupted? Well, the claim is that a single mathematical constant acts as an unbreakable seal, validating the entire structure. And that constant is the number 19. It's presented as the mathematical lock over the entire book, and it's even referenced directly in verse 7430. Over it are 19. So this isn't just some random number, it's a seal. And this seal isn't just mentioned once. No, it's woven into the very fabric of the text. For instance, the 114 total chapters, that's exactly 19 times 6. The total number of verses, a multiple of 19. Even the very first opening phrase has exactly 19 letters. It's like a system-wide checksum, ensuring the integrity of the entire code. So, we've seen the mathematical code. Now let's look at how this abstract system supposedly maps onto the physical laws of the universe. This is where we bridge the numbers and the material world. The system describes 2 interconnected realms. First, you have the physical world we know, the deterministic realm. Think of it as governed by strict cause and effect, like Newton's laws. Every action has a consequence. But then, there's a higher indeterministic realm of pure knowledge, which operates more like quantum physics, where things are governed by energy and information. So how do these 2 realms interact? Through 3 distinct fields. There's a light field, which represents timeless truth. Then there's a sound field, representing mercy and the flow of time. And mediating between them is what the system calls the buffer. And get this, it's identified as consciousness itself. It's the very interface where we make our choices. So with that cosmic map laid out, let's zoom in on our role in all of this. What is the specific challenge for humanity inside this incredibly intricate structure? Now, the framework makes a really important distinction here between two different sources of deviation. You have Iblis, described as a specific agent, a function designed to test individuals through whispers. But then there's Tahuts. This is different. It's not a single agent. It's an emergent system, a corrupt structure of false authority that can dominate whole societies. One is a personal test, the other is a systemic one.
And this brings us right back to that key concept, the buffer. What is it really? Well, in this system, the buffer is the ego. It's our claim of ownership over outcomes, our belief that we are in control. According to this framework, true free will only exists in that moment of choice, and the key to passing the universe's great test is to let go of that claim.
So to pull it all together, this framework presents a universe that runs on a very clear logic. The 2-3-7 algorithm is constantly filtering reality through motion to make sure truth is what survives. The core elements all have their jobs. Fire tests, water carries, and earth stabilizes. And the ultimate key to navigating this entire system? Shedding the ego, the buffer, which allows the light of truth to pass through totally unimpeded.
And after exploring all of this, we're left with one final, provocative question, one that turns the focus away from the system and squarely back on the individual's place within it. When will you activate 1912 and become the book?